Good morning. Happy Sunday. Let me know if you can hear me okay. The lights are on. I should be synced up. Oh, look at that. And YouTube seems to be on its game. It's even letting me know that I went live. It usually doesn't tell me that for a couple of days. Well, as you can see, I'm starting to get the blocks together, what I'm going to work on. I'm going to knock out the full page pieces for FPP first. But I will wait for a couple of folks to join in and verify that they can hear me so I don't keep talking to nothing. Hi, Patricia. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Right. Good morning. Good morning. Eight. Excellent. Hey, Valerie. Good. Thanks for letting me know. I'm doing so well. How are you doing? All right. Now that we've got a couple of folks in, I will explain what I'm up to. Hello. How are you? How is everybody? Happy Sunday. My name is Shannon. I'm with Slay Arts Studios, obviously, here on YouTube. I also have a website. I today I'm starting my series of working on projects that over the last year have kind of had fallen out of favor, I guess. But they were things that I had started, and we, as a group, as a community, have been working on them, and they fell by the wayside. And so this series is getting back into finishing up those things that I had started with you, either us sewing them together or just as a part of an ongoing series of mine. So I'm getting back to finishing up what we had started. And one of the very first things that we had started working on was this color Vortex. And this is from Legit Kits, and it was their first block of the month. And so we're going to jump back in to where I had not finished. So what I had not completed was 12, 11, 10, 9. 9. So, okay. So 4 months, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So a third of the year. So I'm going to jump back in and get those done. What I'm going to do today is work on the full page blocks, the ones that are Legit Kits. They do theirs in 8.5 by 11 kind of blocks, which is nice and makes it well, not better than, just different than other FPP patterns, and that it's very much like the grids that, I don't know if you remember the grids we used to learn how to draw in art classes, where you would like draw a giraffe following the grid. That's very much what this is like. You're building your project in a grid form. So these are the full pages, and then there are, pages that you'll build with smaller pieces. So that's what we're working on today. Jumping back into Color Vortex and working on the full block pages to catch back up and to finish it and actually have the quilt all finished and everything. So for this series, Oh yeah, those projects that are in timeout. Yeah, Charlotte. Exactly. Good morning, Charlotte. Hey, Ingrid. Um, for this series, I'm not going to stay focused on just doing one and then until we're done. I'm going to, because that kind of gets boring and it's, not the most exciting thing in the world to watch. So I'll kind of switch everything in and out. The plan is to work on Color Vortex, to work on Tamta, the Alice in Wonderland FPP project that I had started, get back into that, the New York Beauty. Um, there are a couple of cotton cuts, like the Ferris wheel, so Carnival, that I didn't finish up. So we'll jump back into those. Want to finish the summer bag that I had started. We're really close to being finished with that, so need to get in up on that guy. So the summer bag, the 718 coverlet, want to finish that guy. And I'm sure there are other odds and ends, but those are the ones that really stick out in my head, that they were ones that we were all working on together and did not complete. So that is the plan over the next several months. It's not going to be a short thing. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to have other things start. Like the cheetah suckers, we're all going up and getting away together, and we're all going to be starting a project while we're gone. So that will also be in the works. And I'm also doing the Mystery 5.0, which I'll have a video this week for Clue 2. And yeah, I'm very much distracted by shiny things. So whatever the next new fun thing looks like that I might get involved in. So there will still be new things, but I'm dedicating and focusing time on finishing up these projects. So enough yammering. Let me stop talking, and we'll get going on these whole blocks. Now there are a couple of them in here with Color Vortex. This is a really good beginner block because there are so many full page blocks, and some of these pages are one color only. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to find those one color only so that I can cut those out, and I know that I have the fabric that I needed to take care of those. So these have more than one color, more than one color. Yeah, here's a full color. All the TH is on one block. Color, more than one color. TG and TG. Okay, so just 3 are going to be full pieces of just one color of fabric, which this is what I mean by super beginner friendly, because you don't even have to sew anything together until you're putting the blocks actually together for the final piece. Patricia says finishing up things that have lost favor is tough. Yes, it is hard to get back to them, but these are not ones that that I didn't like the colors or anything like that. So we're gonna get to them. Thanks, Ingrid. All right, so TH. Oh, and I just went ahead, and because this was a block of the month, all of the fabrics came in the individual packets, and I just went ahead and put all these last months together. It's just going to be much easier than trying to rifle through my file cabinet of all of them. Since they were all 4 packaged up and all the fabric was there, I'm just going to do it that way. Just have all of the fabrics together from those 4 packs rather than going through my stash. I don't know that I have all these oranges out there. I know with the Sophia, I've got a lot of these oranges, but not ready for just to use for anything else because Sophia is not done yet. All right, so TH and what was it? TG. Oh, okay. Excellent. E. Part of, so this is a lesson that I learned that you'll want to take into consideration if you're doing blocks of the month. I found out that in one of the months, the papaya color was labeled is the wrong color. The label doesn't match the color that the fabric actually is, and it's so long past. I'm not even going to say anything about it because I know I have papaya for sure. But that's just something. If you are signed up for a block of the month and you're getting the fabric with it, even if you know you're not going to be able to do that thing, just go in and check, make sure everything matches so that you can address it like at the time. It's far easier to contact the company and say, hey, this month than, a year and a half later, like I'm doing. Hey, Russ, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Good morning. Oh, TH. All right, there's 2G. And TH. All right. TG is two of them. TH is one of them. I'm not going to be super precise when cutting a full page. Just kind of lay it on there. Like I'm not going to take off the selvage right now. I'll leave that that'll be future Shannon's problem. I'm just going to work on getting this enough. Oh, and I'll just put a couple of pins in it to hold it all together. So I know that I've got the fabric for this guy. The kiddo kitties, although they're not kids anymore, but they're frustrating their mother right now. She's not in the mood to play, and they're all running around like lunatics. All right, so there we go. I just have the fabric pinned to the back. I know that that's a whole page. I'm gonna put that off to the side. And that is all we needed from TH. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Linda says, I did the free Legit Kits building blocks to see if I like doing them. I love FPP and got the tree frog. Ooh, I see you have fabric in a pile. I've seen others use plastic pages. Trying to figure out what is best for me. Oh, okay. So, the reason I have these in a pile, Linda, are because this was a block of the month. And all of the fabric, here, I'll show this off. All of the fabric came in monthly little bits. And so these last 4 packs are the last 4 that I didn't do for Color Vortex last year, and I'm playing catch up. And because they all have all of their fabrics in this pack for this series finish finish what I started. I just put all of the fabrics from all 4 of those months in one pile. I usually organize all of my papers, all of my finished blocks and to be done blocks in a file accordion. I do have a, I hate tooting my own horn. I do have I guess it's not tooting my own horn. Anyway, I have a video in my playlist for FPP and for Legit Kits on organizing the Blue Jay. So you could definitely take a look at that. I do that, my organization in, let me grab this guy. This is heavy. So in this big old accordion file for full projects that I'm working on. So it's like this. Sometimes, depending on the size of the project that I'm working on, sometimes I'll have 2 projects in one. But I put all of the papers, all the instructions, all the like cutting guides and color guides, all that kind of stuff. Everything is in here in one place. And as I finish the blocks, I put them in the accordion, and then I build. When I first started, I just built row by row. Now that I've been doing it for a little while, I build in quadrants. So I'll do a 4-patch and a 4-patch and a 4-patch, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't usually have. That thing is so heavy. I don't usually have the projects set up quite like this. This is just kind of in a special array because of what I'm doing. Oh, Russ, don't forget, if you want to put in exclamation mark selfie, so folks can go check out your channel if they don't already know you. Hi, Karen. Ooh, pulling weeds. It's got to be done, but not the most fun. All right, and TG is next, but let me just pop this back in. And Linda, I went through a couple of different ways to store things. I did the like paper protector files for a little while. I just found that stuff kept falling out of those, and that drove me insane. And someone in one of I think a tester group showed the file accordion one, and I used that a couple of times, and I was like, yep, that's the one that works for me. So that's what I've stuck with, and that's what I did my video on. But people do it in several different ways. You need to just kind of, find out what works best for you. Some of them, like they would not work with my brain. Like I couldn't wrap my head around how it stayed organized that way. Like this is not my favorite way of doing this, but because of the way this project is, I'm just trying to finish it up. It's going to work for me for these 4 months of blocks. All right, let's see. Can I? Yes. Okay. Excellent. So what I'm going to do with this is just cut right along this seam or this fold. Go. Oops, sorry. Just banged into the camera. My apologies. And then cut along this fold. There we go. We've got plenty of fabric for both. So there we go. Just like that, we got 3 blocks taken care of in the color Vortex. This is, I will continue saying, it is a fantastic beginner project to work on if you don't want to just jump right in to like a full project. The building blocks one is good too. I used that one, and I didn't use the fabrics that came with that kit. I used my own, and I kind of made it a Thanksgiving Day. Like I made it fall colors, very Thanksgiving-y. And then thought about doing one also in Christmas colors. I thought that would be fun. All right, so let's get this back in line. Now, the rest of these I will sort by number of pieces. So 4 pieces in that one, 3, 4, 2. I guess I don't have to say this out loud. That's my bad. All right. Now we'll sew these up in order of the number of pieces of fabric. So start with just 2 pieces first, and then we'll move along. But what I will do is go ahead and grab all the fabrics out so we don't have to shuffle through. I already put TG away, of course. That's the way it goes. Those are FL and TG. Excellent. I'm gonna move the rest of these out of the way. So both of these 2 blocks for 5 and 6 use the same 2 fabrics. So I'll make it do lay it out like this. Fold this section back. This way. I'm keeping the rest of the fabric whole for whatever else I might need it for. There we go. So TG and then kind of in the same way, reverse. I'm gonna do this. Obviously need a new blade. All right, so TG, FL. I always cut out in the numbered order and then lay them out backwards or upside down or however you want to look at it. And then I'll flip them over, pin them to the page with the first piece up. I do that the same way every single time with whatever FPP project I'm working on. So I know that if I have to step away and I come back to the project, all of my shapes are pinned with the fabric from 1 to whatever the last number is for that piece. So that is taken care of. And FL is the first for this one. And since we just cut out the other piece, that's going to fit perfectly for this. And let's see. Got enough overlap for sure there. And then I'm just going to cut. Oops. I'll do that. I might just do it with I can see the paper through the fabric. There we go. So I'll take the sticker off this since we won't need that anymore. The 1 and 2. Done. Now I'm not going to go ahead and pin it because I'm just going to start sewing these two together. But I would normally pin that first piece to this piece of paper. Working with big floppy pieces like this, you may want to glue baste it. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good, Ingrid. Yeah, because of them coming in the months. Smart. Hey, Shelly. Shelly, email me, please. When you get a chance, please, please, please email me. I think I have put in like a different letter or something. I've done something and I'm getting bounces back from your email. So email me, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So because these pieces are like floppy, you can use like your sew line or your Elmer's class, the washable glue, whatever works for you to help hold down the number one piece of fabric. Awesome thing about Legit Kits is that they are using the Kona cotton solids, so you don't have to worry about right sides, wrong sides. Just make sure that it's lined up the right way and it covers the whole area that you're trying to cover. And then you can glue down the paper so it'll hold it in place for you. You could also pin in different sections to hold it. I always stab myself with pins, so I try to pin as little as possible. Some folks will do a really large stitch length basting around to keep the fabric from flopping all over the place. Also works really well. Whatever you're comfortable with, do that. I'm just going to do a couple of. Oh no, I'm not. I remembered that I don't have a new glue thing down here, and I didn't remember to bring it down from my room. So we are going to do the dreaded pin, and we'll see how many times I stick myself. There we go. Maybe now that it's inconvenienced me, I'll remember to bring down more glue stick refills. Try to remember to keep it as flat as possible, and then out of the way of the sew line when you're doing the pins like this. There we go. And today I'm just folding back the paper, just watching the line and folding it back with the line. You can use cardstock to help fold your papers to be ready to add the second piece. Again, kind of whatever works for you. Some folks use their out of quarter rulers, the thinned outside, to help them fold. That also works super well. Again, whatever works for you. Okay, awesome, Shelly. Love that. Meow. All right, let's line up piece 2. So I'm using the sunlight method to see through the fabric to make sure that I'm lining up well. And I can see, because of the sun that's coming in and these oranges aren't too deep that I can't see through them, I can see that my fabric is covering the paper. But I also will do the feel test where I'll feel the paper and where the fabric that I'm matching up ends. And if I can feel that it's covering all of it, then I know I'm good. And now I will flip the paper back over so I can actually sew. I sew at a crazy short stitch length. Don't feel like you have to do that. They recommend a stitch length between 1.3 and, oh, why is this all twisted? 1.3 and a 1.8. I sew at a 1.1, depending on what the machine is. This is 1.1. Some machines will go from a 1.2 to a 1.0, and I will do the 1.0. But again, don't feel like you have to go that short. I like not seeing my stitches at all. I have a thing with that. And because I'm a heavy-handed presser, ironer, it's easy to see the stitches if you're at a longer stitch length. So that's why I stitch it so long. You have to find the size, the length that's right for you, that gives you the appearance that you want, but doesn't drive you insane when it's time to unpick when you need to seam rip. And that's just a matter of trial and error. There we go. You can see I hope you can see, there we go, the stitching, and I've got plenty of space. I'm going to flip it over, do a 1/4 inch line just to keep it nice and clean. No, that was long enough. We'll go with this guy. You don't have to do this, especially with these only 2-piece ones. Having, a lot of fabric in the back isn't going to hurt anything. I like to keep it cleaned up, and it's good muscle memory to remember to do it. Yeah, the oranges are amazingly bright. Karen, I am using my Glide light gray that came with Arnie. If I'm sewing upstairs in my bedroom, that machine always has the superior threads monopoly filament, so it doesn't matter what stitch length I stitch at. I don't see my stitches when I iron it. But Arnie here does not like the clear filament. So when I'm sewing on camera, I get what I get. I gotta tell. Hey Google, turn on the mini. Apologies if anybody else has Google. All right, so we've got it trimmed up. Now I do use the, oh, here, let's use the prettier pen so you can see it. For everything, FPP, traditional piecing, doesn't matter. I guess not EPP, but I use my Easy Press pen for FPP. Just know that you don't want a heavy hand with it because it will make the paper tear, or it hasn't with Legit Kits the way they have their stuff printed, but if you're printing it out on your own printer, it could make the ink bleed, all that kind of stuff. So you just want it just right on the sew line, stitch line, and um, it helps me not have to iron quite so aggressively. And it makes it nice and flat. So I just do a thin, like just getting, I don't know if you can see, but just getting the stitch line moistened by the product. And then trying to keep out of the way of the pins. I've forgotten how neat the Vortex, the color Vortex really looks. So I'm excited about it. Oh, this is the Glide. What is it? Glide 40. Light gray. Yep. Hello, bass drop. Is your mom not playing with you? Because you guys play too rough. And there we go. So that is all set. Now, if I was going to be sewing them together, like in the quads, in just a couple of minutes, I'd go ahead and trim this up. But because we have those full pieces of paper with full pieces of fabric, I'll just wait to put them all together because these are in that line. Otherwise, I would trim to have it clean. So some folks don't even do that. They'll just sew along the sew, like they'll line up the sew lines and just sew along the sew line and then trim after. Whatever works for you. And there we go. Is that enough light so you can see? There is a difference between those two oranges. It's not easy to see, but there is a difference. All right. Oops. I'll add this to the pile. Nice job. And on to this one. Got good space there. Pin these down. Karen says she's got Glide, but never thought of using it for other than quilting. When I ordered this Juki from Juki Junkies, here we go. That's who I got it from. They're out of Florida. They do all their testing and they send all their Jukis with Glide in this gray. So I was like, that if that's what they're using and that's what they're sending it with, I'm gonna test it out. And so far, I've really liked it. I still have Orifil, the light dove or dove gray, whichever one. I can't remember the name of it. I still have that, use that too. But Arnie seems to, his name's Arnie. Arnie seems to really like the dove. So I just stick with what he likes because I don't want temperamentalness. All right, let's line this guy up. Again, using the sun or, whatever light you have to see through and make sure everything is covered. I guess I can use that light too. That one's bright. With the larger pieces of fabric, you also want to make sure that it's staying flat when you're going to line it up to sew. Sometimes you'll get like I was going to call it a crinkle, but I'm not sure. Now I can't think of the word to call it, but it'll misalign, and then it will, when you take the pins out, be really misshapen. And you're like, what? I had pins. You just got to make sure at the sew line everything is straight still too. Right. Go. Ooh, I am excited. I am starting a community service thing at work where it's going to involve sew days for folks that I work with, which I'm so excited about. We've got a space to set up sewing machines, and we'll have some, during lunch hour times, and we'll have some after hours sewing after dark. So I'm excited about it because we're going to do the projects for comfort cases, which is a program that I've sewn for a couple of years now. And I'm excited about having additional sew time at work and getting other people interested in it as well. So folks will be able to sew like backpack size little quilts or pajamas or stuffed animals, whatever they want to sew in support of the program. It's going to be neat. Mm-hmm. Hello, bass drop. You are so talkative. There we go. There's page 2 done. Well, I guess 4 if we're counting the ones that were full pieces of fabric. All right, now let's do the 3 pieces. Oh, I missed a 2-piece fabric. Huh. Oh, I had a 3-piece sneak into all the 2 pieces. All right, not bad. Pretty sure I've got these laid out right now. Yeah, all right. Lots of oranges going on in the H area. So TG, TH, TG. This is not going to fit this TG. All right. So we'll need a new FL, TH, and SB. New FL. Hello, sir. Hi. SB. Sir. New TG and TH. Alrighty. SB is going with this one. That's going with both of these. TG first, then TH. There we go. Welcome to my world as I talk myself through all these things. All right, so TG. We've got a fat quarter. So we will have a lot of fabric to work with, and I want to make sure that I am utilizing the fabric in the best way possible. So I'm going to line it up. Fold the paper back. Oh, bass drop is definitely out of sorts. Nobody wants to play now. Clock is even telling him no more. You annoyed them, bud. Bass drop is a little brother. Oh, Ingrid, I'm hoping that we make some converts. We get some folks interested in sewing and stuff. Oh, thank you for saying that, Ingrid. All right, there we go. That's piece one. Valerie says, I have the 718 FPP traditional blocks and I'm excited about doing the project with you. Yay! Oh, Valerie, I'm excited. I got all of the traditionally piece, like ones that she didn't have to do her what was considered EPP back then, but it's like a cross between EPP and applique well, I guess EPP can be a cross between, can also involve the applique, but regardless. But I still have to complete the making the patterns for all of the pieces, and I still have my uh, list of checking them all off as I'm making them. But it'll be fun to get back into that. That was a really uh, cool like look at how folks did quilting back in the day. It's so cool. It'd be really nice to get back into that piece. Oh, you all might appreciate this. I was telling somebody that I was going away for a quilt retreat in September, and they thought I said a cult retreat in September, and I said close enough. Close enough. You're not far off there, friend. We just have all of the best parts of what cults start off with, all the good intentions, uh, none of the murder, and and uh, tearing families apart and all that kind of stuff. None of that. We'll leave that to the cults. But hey, Elizabeth, good morning. Welcome. Valerie says, when you complete all the 718 coverlet patterns, I'll be happy to get them. Make sure you let us know when they're available, please. I will. I will absolutely do that. That project is such a labor of love. Like, I don't know what spoke to me about it. The fact that we don't actually know what her name is, even though we have her initials, it's just a project that really like means a lot to me. So I will absolutely share that information. All right. Now, how is this big hunk of TH going to work best? Too thick for this little piece down here. So I may move the sticker and utilize this end over here. Huh, the color is torch. That's pretty good. I guess this is going to be the best way. Going to leave a weird little flap, but that's all right. I think I can hear harmonica upstairs in the bathroom cabinets. These boys are trying me today. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I forgot to mention this. If you all are around this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I am going to be joining John of Geistcraft 2 so yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern, which I think is 4 p.m. his time. And I'm gonna be hanging out and chatting and sewing, probably be working on this guy over on his channel too. So for sure, come hang out. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't gotten to spend a whole bunch of time with him before. So this will be nice. Any more FL? Nope, SBTH. So we'll put FL up here. We're ready for the rest. Oh, thanks, Ingrid. Ingrid says, Buddy helped me paint yesterday. It wasn't fun washing off his paws. Oh no. Oh, cats, man. Valerie says, I have all, excuse me, I have all the Riley Blake fabric to make the Jane Austen cover. Oh, neat. Very quickly realized that there was a lot of bias cut diamonds involved. Make it a retreat with experts to help. Oh, that's Valerie. That is an excellent use of hello retreat expertise. That's always there and always willing to help. So smart. I don't think. No, not even how. Not even as creative as I can get. Is this SB gonna cover this SB? So I need to get the other. I tried. We'll see if it goes for up there. It's really become a part of the fun for me to try to be as creative as possible and getting use of as much fabric as possible when doing any FPP project. So I'll try to have, what I try to do is have like some kind of squared off rectangled like shape so that I can utilize the most after I've finished the project as possible. Doesn't always work, but that's the goal. Oh, my bot's reminding us do some stretching. Oh, good neck roll. You can hear all the creaking and cracking. Some shoulder rolls. The shoulder rolls I find are super important when sitting at my sewing table for any amount of time. Just kind of always leaves me like refreshed. All right. So this one I'm not going to pin. I'm just going to go ahead and sew this guy up. Oops. I think this way. Yep. All right. What is everyone else working on? Whether you're working on it today or it's just the project that's under your needles right now. What are you all working on? Project wise. You may be working on things like whole office renovation, like Ingrid's doing, but project wise, what are you working on? What's got your attention right now? Linda says, I want a pattern from Villa Rosa on John's channel, and you're collecting the fabrics. Need to do the sew along with him. Oh, fun. Yay. Look forward to seeing you tonight. Love that. Hi, Gladys. Hello. I think here it's afternoon now. So good afternoon. Good morning if it's still morning wherever you're at. Ingrid says my body is feeling the physical labor. but it'll be worth it when it's done. Yes, it's true. But I can imagine your body's like, what are you doing to us? What is happening? Yeah. I realized I had not plugged in the above camera, so apologies for a second, but that's bound to go out soon if I don't do that. All right, there we go. Another one. This one, it looks like this color, the torch, it's color changing. When the iron is on it, it gets much darker, but there's that one done. We're moving right along. Oh, good, Gladys. Good, good. Thank you for doing that. Charlotte says, I finished a pieced backing for my chandelier quilt yesterday. So exciting. Charlotte, please definitely share some pictures on the show and tell, the Facebook page. If you have Facebook, you don't have Facebook, obviously, that no worries, but for sure share. Hi, Linda. Oh, Linda's learning to do EPP. Oh, the project she's working on is a table runner and a wall hanging. Got the kit from Missouri Star. Oh, I love that. Oh, Linda, you'll have to come hang out with Ingrid and I on Slow Stitch Sundays at the end of the month. Love hearing that you're doing that. I didn't think that I would enjoy it as much as I've been enjoying it. It's been an exciting new project. Ingrid and I are working on the Queen of Diamonds from Tula. I'd love to see like what is the imagery, Linda, that's on the table runner and wall hanging? Are they the hexy flowers, which I think are so cute? Did I tell everybody? Did I tell any of you all? I have been enjoying the hand stitching thing so much that I got during one of their the sales at Missouri Star. Um, they had a bundle of two of their embroidery projects, the Christmas project and the Friends Garden Friends or something like that project. And I got both tins, and I'm gonna try my hand at doing some embroidery stuff because why not? Why not add another project? Woohoo! It was a really good deal. I can't remember what the deal was, but it was a really good deal. And it's my friend Donna's fault because she's the one that told us about that they were having that big sale. Like it was like a week long sale. I think I might bring the embroidery kit to the show next weekend too. Oh, excellent, Charlotte. I will as soon as I'm using my phone as the up camera. But as soon as I'm off, I will get you in there. I'm excited to see. All right, another one done. This one looks funky, but it'll be trimmed and it'll look just fine. You see, it's covering all of the space. And there we go. Another one down. See, you guys are great for keeping me on track. This is the last two-piece block. Again, I'm using the pins because I ran out of glue, but you can stabilize your larger pieces of fabric in whatever way works for you. I don't always stabilize them, only because I've been doing this for a long time now. But it's still not a bad practice to get into because it is frustrating when you're trying to line up this big flip floppy piece of fabric and it doesn't want to cooperate and it changes by the time you get it to the sewing machine. Valerie says embroidery is very relaxing. Oh, good. It's like meditation. Just don't let the cats see you moving the floss. Okay, that's a good. I uh, one of the cats was super adventurous the other day and had found a skein of uh, yarn from, gosh, I don't even know what project. They got into the project bag. Like that's how adventurous they were. And so I found yarn strewn across my room when I woke up the other day. So yeah, I can only imagine the absolute chaos embroidery thread would be. Oh, and that's just a whole other area in which base drop can cause drama. So yeah, I'll have to stay super on top of that. A couple of years ago, my cat base drop, the baby brother, uh, decided he wanted to eat some thread that he got out of a trash can. I now cover all my thread trash cans. And he spent a lot of time and a lot of money. But he got really, really sick and got his intestines all twisted up and everything. So embroidery floss will go on that list of only a covered trash can when I'm using it. Even with yarn being, you know, much bigger, and I would have been able to see what was happening with a piece of yarn. I still keep those pretty locked away. So the fact that one of the cats got into the project bag was a little frightening for me. There we go. Last two piece. Bring the 3 and 4 pieces over. Check the time just to make sure we're doing good. Okay, yep, 12:20. We've got good time. Now we'll start checking out what's happening on the 3-piece ones. 3, 2 4-piece ones, and 3 3-piece ones. THFL. Ooh, that one's got. All right, so we'll start with this one because this has got the fabrics we've already got out. Now, I know I just said I always start with the first piece, but this is just using little pieces of scraps that we've got. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut those up. 8. These colors are done for right now. We'll still need school bus. Okay. All right. Hi, Jeannie. How are you doing? Yeah, we're moving right along on these blocks. This is going really well. Valerie says, I never separate my floss strands near my girl. She jumps right to it and does not forget that it's fun to play with. Yeah, yeah, the memory. So I will definitely be sure that that is a sleepy time cat activity that I do. Oh, Jeannie, I'm so glad that you're able to join us. Oh, there. Now, you may not keep these small pieces, but I kind of do because I know for this project, the pieces are so big that these little pieces would never work. But I know in other projects, they will definitely come in handy. And so they'll just go into my pile of Kona cotton. I'm going to go ahead and pin this, and then I'm just going to sew this one up because that's the last of those colors that were from the other blocks. This is the last of H's. And then these other ones are G's, which bring in totally different colors. So I'm going to have to start pulling some pins because I don't have any more. All right. I will be very excited to check Color Vortex off my list and add it to the completed pile to come with me to the quilt shop so I can long arm it. Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, we're moving right along. Oh, buggers. Did I just, oh, wait, no. Hold on. Did I do the wrong color? Oh, I sure did. I did opposite colors. See? Always set it up the same way. I didn't have it set up the same way because I was just going to go jump right into it. So I did the wrong color. Now, because I do the super short stitch length, what I've found is these like eyebrow trimming types of seam rippers. I love these. These work really well for the really short stitch length that I stitch at. So glad I figured this out before I'd stitch the other one on. So I'm only taking out one. It'd been sad if I had to take out both of them. Glad I looked. Let's not do that again. See, I'm always looking out for you guys. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. All right. There we go. Another piece. Gonna steal back some pins. All right, so we need .tg. Don't need these guys anymore. VA CW WM. How big is the CW? Oh no, that's the big CW. Okay. CW VAWM. Ooh, this is a fun color. Look at the watermelon color. I don't know if it's going to come across so great in the camera, but this is this is a fun like 80s color for sure. Oop, nope, I just need the corner of VA. I want WM. Oh, hit the camera again. Want the watermelon color. Oh, watermelon. Then the VA. I love these right angle ones because they line up so good in the corners of these. What is this? A fat 16th? Fat 16th. Oh, Charlotte, thanks so much for hanging out. Oh, good. I'll see you later on today. Yeah, so much better to find it before, or like before I'm right about to sew it into the whole thing. And I'm like, why don't these colors match? Watermelon is a fun color. A TG. These are some nice like sunset colors. So these are going to be fun to work with. And TG. There we go. Yeah, block G8 is going to be very 80s friendly. CW. Cerise. I don't know if I've heard of that color before. Cerise. That's that purpley pinky color. Mauve? I don't know. Cerise. Let's see how VA is going to sit on here. I think I'll change where the sticker is on this one too. All right, it's not going to matter. Two and a little bit of watermelon. Excellent. More fun colors. All right. Yeah, see, the colors get you. All right. So there we go. So this evening, I will work on these two that have three fabrics. I'll get the two full page ones that are four pieces of fabric. I'll get them together too. And yeah, we'll see what else I can get into tonight when I'm on with John. But for right now, let's take a look at the pieces I got done today. So we did. We got H4 done. So one, G2, two, H3, H1, 4, H6. A lot of H is one or two pieces of fabric. H5. So I think we have the whole row of H done. H8, just the one piece. And H7 is just the one piece. And H2 is just the one piece. So there we go. We got all of those done. So I think the whole row of H we've completed today. So let's see, H7, 8, 5, and 6. One, 2, and 3. And 4. Yep, we got the whole row of H done just today. Now that's because they're one and two pieces of fabrics, but we got the whole row of H done. So as soon as we get G done, which G has one done of two pieces, a 4-piece, and a 3-piece. So a lot of G is going to be multiple pieces like this. G3, G4, and I think that's it for G. So we'll have all of G done. I'll focus on G, and then I can do the 4 patches of G and H together and have those 4 patches done. And then I'll just focus on E and F, and Vortex is going to be done. That's pretty cool. All right. And I had some of E's done, so I can show those as well. I'd had E3 and E1 and 2. So we don't have that much left. Of these 4 blocks, I'll finish G tonight with John if I can. And then we've got let me pull G so that I'm totally ready for tonight. G5, G6, G7 is a whole one too. I missed that one. G5, G3, and G4. All right, so those we'll focus on this evening. And the rest of these, E4, E's and F's, we'll work on in the following weeks. But we'll be able to get G and H done because they are more whole page than any of the other ones. Yay! All right. We've got ourselves a plan. Thank you, everyone, for being here today and hanging out with me and keeping me on point and focused on getting Color Vortex set up. I'm excited about how much we got done. I look forward to seeing you all this evening. I'm going to get the pre-recorded video of, what is it called? Mystery 5.0. There we go. Clues 2, that video out this week so that you can keep up with that as well. And this week was pull all the light colors together and work on some of the pieces with the light colors. So that's kind of fun. Show those off in a video. And then I will not have a live this coming up Sunday, but my hope, well, we might have a live. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. My hope is to have a video up of the Pittsburgh Fiber Festival, Fiber show that Ingrid and I are going to get to go to. So I won't be live, but then the Sunday after that will be Slow Stitch Sunday, which is working on the Tulip Pink Queen of Diamonds with Ingrid, and that's English paper piecing. So it's nice slow stitching. I'm also looking forward to oh, sorry, Ingrid. Yeah, you can get back to painting. Sorry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing up my, get back to what I'd started piece. So thank you all so much for being here. I will look forward to seeing you this evening if you're available. Otherwise, I will catch you on here when I can. And Charlotte, I will get you added to the Facebook group. Thanks, everybody. I've got to find my mouse. Bye.